If you're thinking about investing in real estate but not sure whether to turn that investment to a short-term or long-term rental, here are some minor tax differences between the two that might help you in your decision-making process. Perhaps one of the biggest differences is that short-term rentals are subject to self-employment taxes that long-term rentals are not. Now, however, on the flip side, because that is looked at as more of a business, you are potentially opening up yourself to more deductions from the short-term perspective that you might not necessarily have on the long-term rental. Now, one big difference or advantage I would say with short-term rentals is that you're likely to be able to depreciate that asset at a much more accelerated rate than you would a long-term rental. Now, with short-term rentals too, depending on where it's located, you might be subject to a local occupancy tax. I know this is definitely the case in Seattle, as well as minimizing how many short-term rental properties you can have at one point. This is probably what I would say might be the biggest difference, because there was just recently a law proposed in the state of Washington to tax short-term rentals, but it did not go through. I bring this up though, that even though this one piece of legislation did not pass, there is increasing pressure to put financial pressure on short-term rentals, especially if you're in areas that are smaller town, maybe like Leavenworth or Anacortes or something like that. But it can happen on the large scale as well. New York City flat out banned Airbnb. So this could happen in the greater Seattle area as well. So that risk may be something you want to consider if looking between a short and a long-term rental property. So I hope this helps.